Hey there, Transformers fans! Are you ready to unleash some serious firepower? Because today, we're going to dive into the thrilling Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class G1 Universe Quake. Now, this Decepticon powerhouse comes with 2 Targetmasters, and with these 2 Targetmasters, he is ready to kill some Autobots out there in the battle. So join me as we explore all of the features that make Quake a must-have for your collection. So let's transform and rise up! Now, of course, before we take a look at the figure itself, it's always nice to take a quick look at the packaging. So here we have Quake in his tank mode right there with his 2 Targetmaster buddies. His name is Quake, and we have Heater and Tiptop. And on this side of the box, we got Quake's robot mode. And this side of the box, we have the beautiful artwork there for Legacy United, which is beautiful. Legacy United, he's a deluxe class. Top here, Legacy United. On the back of the box, obligatory product shots, robot mode, tank mode, 2 Targetmasters. Tiptop's the purple one, Heater's the blue one, and you got this going on here. So I think that's pretty much it for the packaging itself. So let us continue on with the review proper. And moving right along, here we have Quake with, if I can remember, Tiptop and Heater. So let us put Quake off to the side for now, and we shall take a quick look at his Targetmaster buddy. So the purple one is Tiptop. We got some nice yellow paint on his shoulders, yellow paint on the waist, a bit of red paint on the thighs, red paint on the face, and that's it for the paint work for this guy. And yeah, that sure is the Targetmaster. It doesn't really do anything. There's no articulation or anything. He's just static. So there you have Tiptop. And moving right along, here we have Heater. He is the blue Targetmaster for Quake, and he has a lot of black paint on him, which is quite nice. And he has, I mean, compared with this guy, he definitely has way more paint. So we got red paint on the waist, red paint for the face, and yeah, that's basically it for Heater. I mean, again, he's static, he doesn't do anything. They're just accessories for Quake, but it's nice that they have their little robot modes. And yeah, very cool, very cool. So you can actually transform them into the weapon modes. So you just take barrels and flip them down like so. And there you have Tiptop in gun mode. And we have Heater to transform him into his gun mode. Just put this down, and there we go. He transforms into a double-barreled gun, which is quite cool. And one thing you can actually do with these guys, you can actually combine the two with that post and port connection. You can connect them however you want. You can connect them like this if you really want to. You know, it's your toy. Display it however you wish. But cool. Then he comes with his 2 Targetmaster buddies. So we're pretty much done looking at these 2 Targetmaster dudes. So now, let us move on to the main event, which is Quake. And here he is, ladies and gentlemen. Here is Quake, fully transformed into his tank mode. Now, this figure is a heavy remold of the Skullgrin mold, and I think they did a pretty good job in terms of the retooling. Tank mode is not the strongest, but I do appreciate how different it is compared to Skullgrin's tank mode. It's so different. There's so much remolding between the two, and I'll show it off once we bring in Skullgrin for the comparisons. But yeah, so let's get in close here so we can take a look at the details. So we have the turret section right here, which can actually rotate a little bit because it is a separate piece. So you can actually remove it if you really want to. And do whatever you want with it. But anyway, you can actually rotate a little bit, and then you have the turret. You can actually flip up on this hinge, but you can actually flip this up, angle the turret like that if you really want to. So that's a thing that you can do. Yes, the Decepticon symbol back here, and we got the treads nicely sculpted, nicely molded, and also the sides here nicely painted as well. And unfortunately, he doesn't have rolling wheels, and you can see his face right there. Hello, hi there, Quake. How are you doing today? So there you go. And of course, if you have a blast effect, you can actually plug this into the cannon and have some fiery effect going on here. So yeah. It's not the strongest tank mode, I will say, but it's still pretty cool looking, in my personal opinion. I do quite like it, so yeah. It's just that it looks so different compared to Skullgrin, and I appreciate that. But let me compare this to the G1 toy here. I don't own the G1 toy. I can only show a picture of the G1 toy, so just compare it with a picture of the G1 toy. And honestly, the G1 toy definitely pulls off the look of the tank mode a bit better. A lot better, actually. This one, not so much, but it is what it is, you know? It is what it is. Now you can actually store his 2 Targetmasters on him. There are ports everywhere, like port right here, port right here, port right here, port right here. So you can actually just plug in your Targetmasters on this side of the tank mode if you really want to. But me personally, I'm just going to use these 2 ports right on top to store the Targetmasters right there. So just plug them in, plug it in, plug that in, and there we go. And then gives him more firepower. That's totally ridiculous, but hey, it's storage if you want the storage to work. So yeah, there we go. So there we go. Let's remove the Targetmasters. We'll need them later. We will only use them later. So there we go. So let's bring in some size comparisons. And here we have Quake along with some other Decepticons that have 2 Targetmasters, except for Spinister because his guns don't transform, but Needlenose's guns do transform into little Targetmasters, and I totally forgot their names already. Please forgive me. But anyway, so there we go. Yeah, Spinister and Needlenose and Quake together again. Yay! I completed this trio of double Targetmasters. Hooray! Hooray! So there you go, and let's move on to the next comparison. And last but certainly not least, here we have Quake with the original version of the mold Skullgrin. And yeah, you can see where the remolding went, man. Night and day between these two. I know a lot of people complain about the tank mode for Skullgrin, but his tank mode is supposed to homage the original G1 toy, the original toy's Inner Robot alt mode. It's supposed to invoke there, so yeah. And Quake is just a normal tank, so. But you can see so much remolding done between the two. I mean, you can't really see a lot that's been shared. I mean they kind of share some parts here and there, like, yeah, maybe the forearms they do share. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe they don't fully. Maybe yeah. Okay, they share the forearms. Yes, they share the bicep right there. But other than that, there's so much remolding between the two. I can't really see anything else that they share. So they basically just took the top part right here and then they re-engineered the legs so that Quake looks more like a normal tank. You know? Yeah. Yeah, so much remolding. I'm impressed. I'm very, very impressed with this one. Yeah, very cool. Very, very cool. When Hasbro does the heavy remolds, they do a really good job with it. And Quake right here, they did a really good job with Quake in terms of the remolding. So good. So there we go. That's pretty much it for the ultimate comparisons right here. Alrighty, so we're pretty much done with the tank mode itself. It doesn't really do anything all that much, actually. It's just there. So all you can do is just rotate the turret a little bit and then angle this up a little bit. That's all you can do with the tank mode. So yeah, the tank mode is definitely the weakest mode out of the 2 modes so far, but will it get better in robot mode? We'll see. We'll see. And speaking of robot mode, let us transform Quake into his robot mode. Now, transformation is very much like Skullgrin, but also quite different because of how they re-engineered the legs a little bit. So, first things first, we're gonna take this section right here. You can see this tab, it goes into that slot right in there. So just untab that, and then you just untab the other side as well. And you can see that these 2 tabs would tab into those slots right here on the bottoms of the feet. So just split the legs like so, and you can take the waist and just bring this up, and there we go. And then bring this down, and straighten up the leg like that. Bring this down, straighten up the leg like that. And now let's work on the legs, because the legs are definitely more involved compared to the upper body. The upper body is much more simpler. So what you do here is you just take this piece and just untab that. Just bring this up like so, and then you bring this up all the way. Just rotate this all the way, and you want to take the foot and just put this down like so. And this here is a double hinge, so just bring this up like so. Not all the way yet, just because you have to bring this section down, and as you do it, you just bring the whole leg up on that double hinge, straighten this up, and then bring this other tread piece down. And then you want to take this section right here, just bring this in, then there's a tab, it goes to a slot right in there, and just tab that in, and there we go. There we have a leg all done and ready. So it's not too difficult. It can be a little bit tedious in the first round, but once you know what you're doing, it's easier. It gets easier once you know what you're doing. So take this piece and just flip this up all the way like so. Bring this up, bring the foot down like so, and then bring this down bring this up on the double hinge. And as you do it, you just bring this section down like so, and straighten all that, and then bring this down so that this can actually tab into place. Make sure this is all straight. It's all situated right there. Tab that into place and straighten up the leg, and there we have his legs all done and ready. So let me zoom out a little bit more here so you can actually see what I'm doing. So let me raise up the camera a little bit. Oh, raise up the camera. There we go. So, alright. So now, take the arms, just split them, and just bring them out like so. It is on the slider. You want to slide this down just like so. And then just rotate all this around just like so. Close up the chest, and then bring this up all the way, and then there's a tab slot connection. Just tap that in like so. Rotate the arm forward so that everything's oriented properly, and flip out the fist, and there we have an arm all done. Do the same thing on your side. Just rotate it around and flip out the fist, and there we go. There is Quake fully transformed into his robot mode. Now his robot mode looks very good in my personal opinion. This is definitely the strongest mode out of the two modes that we have seen for this figure, because the tank mode is but the robot mode is wonderful in my personal opinion. He looks very, very good. Very clean transformation, you know. Despite being a retool of Skullgrin, he's very clean, and that's amazing. That's really, really cool. I like that. So yeah, I love the robot mode. Absolutely love the robot mode. And so yeah, so let's get in close here so we can take a look at the head sculpt with me. Zoom up a little bit. There we go. So just zoom in, take a look at the head sculpt. Very G1 Quake head sculpt. I do quite like that. Nice gold paint for the face, nice red paint for the eyes. Nice chest design right here. It's very simple, but it's G1, so duh, it has to be simple. You got these legs right here, these tread legs. I like how the legs actually come together, even though the transformation for the legs can be a little bit tedious at times, but once you know what you're doing, it gets easier. So yeah, all in all, very nicely done robot mode. Back here is very hollow, but that's for the hands to flip in, so I'm not too worried about that. So, and plus, I don't display my figures like that. I display my figures like this, so you don't notice a hollowness behind the forearm, so that's fine. That's okay. It's okay. So, but yeah, all in all, very solid looking robot mode in my personal opinion. So now, his articulation, we got a ball joint at the head, can rotate the full 360, can't really look up, can't really look down. The shoulders can rotate the full 360, can move in and out. Bicep swivels right here. Elbow joint, over 90 degrees of bend, which is quite nice, and the hands can move down due to transformation. You do have a waist swivel, and due to transformation, you kind of no. Once you transform him, and then you tap things together, you don't have an app crunch. You don't have a backwards app crunch, unfortunately. But oh well, it is what it is. The legs can move up that far, can move back that far. He can do the full splits. He does have a thigh swivel. He does have a knee joint, slightly over 90 degrees of bend, and you do have ankle tiltage right there. And the feet can move up a little bit, but can't really move down. So at least he has ankle tilt, so that makes me very, very happy. So yeah, pretty poseable for Deluxe. So yeah, so now let's deal with his weapons right here. So you can actually have him dual wielding guns right here, but on the back of the box it does show that you can actually display Quake like this. So you just plug one gun on this top of the hand, and you can plug the other gun on the bottom side of the hand. So just plug that in like so, and you have that going on. So hey, that's not a bad idea. That's actually pretty cool. I actually like that. Yeah. Playability, right? Play value. So, and I got nothing wrong with added play value. So that's pretty cool. You can actually display Quake like that. But me personally, I'm just gonna give him 2 guns as usual, because double target masters, you need to have 2 guns, man. You need to have 2 guns so he can shoot down some Autobots as he fights them. So yes. Woo! There we go. So let's bring in some size comparisons. Wait. I actually take that back. So I forgot to show this off with the model for Quake, with the design for Quake. So let's just compare this with the not really animation model, but I don't know what to call it, but the drawing for Quake's G1 design. So let's just compare this with that drawing right here. And yeah, I mean, pretty close. Pretty close, I will say. Pretty close. They definitely could have done a bit more to make it match the drawing right here. But hey, this one's not too bad. Not too bad either. So yeah, I'll take what I can get. So but anyway, now we can move on to the comparisons. And there we have Quake compared with the Legacy Deluxe Class Needle Nose and the Siege Deluxe Class Spinister. And that, yeah, nice looking team of Decepticon Targetmasters, or Decepticons who wield 2 Targetmasters. These are the actual Targetmasters. So they're not the Targetmasters. The guns are the Targetmasters. So there we go. Yeah, very cool. Very cool. I wish Spinister actually came with his 2 Targetmaster buddies. I know there was a Siege Battlemaster Singe, but I just didn't really care for that figure because it was a repaint of Fire Drive. So yeah, just didn't really care. But I'm glad that Needle Nose and Quake actually come with their Targetmaster buddies. I'm glad. I'm glad. And also, these 2 Targetmaster dudes, they're not the same mold as this. They're actually their own molds. So yeah. So there we go. Alright, moving on to the last size comparison for today. And there we go. There we have Quake compared with Skullgrin, the mold mate, right here. And as you can see, Quake is actually taller than Skullgrin. Wow! They remolded the legs so much and made him taller than his original mold mate. So that's pretty cool. So now the parts that they share are the biceps, the forearms, and the feet. And I think that's it. That's pretty much it there. So yeah, transformation for the upper body is quite similar between the 2, but the sculpting is all different. The sculpting is all different for the body. Like the head is different, the legs are totally different. It's just the feet, the forearms, and the biceps. They only share those. Other than that, they don't share anything else. Maybe they do share, like, maybe the hinge, like this armature right here. Maybe they share that a little bit, maybe. I don't know, but hey, you know. But all in all, though, Hasbro did a really good job with the retooling. And it really feels like Quake is a totally different figure. Like, when you hold him in hand, Like, you may feel like, oh, it's Skullgrin, but at the same time, it's a totally different figure. And that's awesome. That's great. That's great. So, there you go. That is it for the robot mode comparisons right here. Okay, so here are my final thoughts on the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class G1 Universe Decepticon Quake, along with Tiptop and Heater. I really butchered names. But anyway, so yeah, Quake. Very cool figure, in my personal opinion. The robot mode looks very good. Tank mode is okay at best. It's not the best tank mode I've ever seen. I've had way better tank modes, but it's not too bad looking. It's not too bad looking. I actually like the sculpting of the treads and the way the turret looks. I actually like the way that looks. It definitely could have done a little bit better with the tank mode. That's my real gripe with the figure. The tank mode is the weakest point of this figure. But other than that, the robot mode is where this figure really shines. I love how he's actually taller than Skullgrin. That's amazing. There's so much remolding done. So anything, whatever they could remold, they remolded. And Hasbro did a really good job with this guy. Really good job. And honestly, I think this is way better than the Titans Return version. Not that the Titans Return version is a bad figure. I don't think it is a bad figure. I never owned it. But it shares the same mold with Hardhead, who is actually not a bad figure, by the way. So, Quake using the Hardhead mold is not too bad. But this guy works so much better in my personal opinion. And it actually comes with his 2 Targetmasters. Yay! So, there we go. Articulation, very nicely done, I will say. Very good range of movement for his legs and his arms. So definitely no issues there. Transformation, it works. It's smooth. It is fun to do. Sometimes the legs can be a little bit hard to maneuver, but once you do it a couple times, it gets easier. Okay? Just want to tell you right now. Once you know how the engineering of the legs work for this Quake, then you'll be fine. You'll be fine. You will not be frustrated when you transform this figure. And me personally, I wasn't frustrated with the transformation. I was never frustrated with him. So right off the bat, I don't have a problem with the transformation at all. I think the legs coming together is actually quite nice. So yeah, so 2 thumbs up there for me. As far as the paint goes, he definitely could have used a bit more paint, you know? Definitely could have used a bit more paint to break up some details here and there. But I digress. He still looks good. And I'm very pleased with this one. And I'm very happy to add another Decepticon to my Decepticon army. So, if I were to rank this guy from a scale of 1 to 10, I think he deserves a solid 8 out of 10. Yeah, 8 out of 10 I think is a fair score for this figure. The tank mode definitely is a bit wonky in proportions and could have used a bit more paint. But other than that, really nicely done figure, fun figure to mess with. I'm happy with him. Happy, 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 happy. So, I guess that's it for today's video review. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you are completely new to the channel, go ahead and click that subscribe button down below. And while you're at it, click that notification bell icon down below as well so that you will never miss any of my future videos. And you can always check out my Legacy Reviews playlist for any videos you may have missed. So I will post the link to that playlist in the description down below. And I think that's pretty much it for me to say. So they have the Transformers Legacy United Deluxe Class Decepticon Quake with the 2 Targetmasters, Tiptop and Heater. And this is JJ Prime signing off. Peace out to all of one, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh yeah!
Greetings, Transformers fans. My name is Alita1. I would like to thank you for watching JJ Prime Reviews. If you would like to see more reviews, live unboxings, or even tutorials on the channel, hit the subscribe button and smash that bell icon to get notified when a new video is uploaded on the channel. Thank you, and see you next time. Till all are one.